Hello, Illinois. This is Darren Bailey, State Representative for the 109th District. Today's date is Friday, May 10. I wanted to kind of share with you a few things that took place last week. It was kind of a roller coaster week. We had some good things, we had some bad things, and just this morning we've got to some worse things coming up, and I want to share those with you. The progressive tax, I've told you from day one, your voice matters. And it's working. So we've got a handful of Democrat representatives that are now backing up. They're saying, I'm not sure. I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe there's better alternatives, something we've been saying all along. So that's exciting. For the past 2 weeks in Springfield, we've seen really no activity because the Democrats are having a hard time getting their act together because you have been speaking out, and that's a good thing. We've got recreational marijuana, we've got the bag tax, and of course this progressive tax, I believe, was intended to be, one of those were intended to be dealt with this week, and that didn't happen. Another interesting development, Jerry Costello, state representative over in the St. Louis area, he resigned effectively this week to take the top position at IDNR, Illinois Department of Natural Resources. I don't believe there was any coincidence in that. Jerry Costello was a very conservative Democrat, siding with us on many things, mainly the oil, the fossil fuel, the green energy deal that was coming around. He sided with the Republicans on that because that's what we believe in Southern Illinois. So I think this was basically a directive, probably from the governor, that he would step down, and it'll be interesting to see who fills his seat. He had a very tight race this last race, so at least we've got an opportunity to pick up a conservative seat this next election cycle. One thing I did want to share with you, I kind of frustrated this morning. I started seeing it yesterday. I was told absolutely nothing as I left Springfield. House Bill 391. It's a foreman. We hear about shell bills. Right here is an absolutely perfect example of a shell bill. This is our fuel tax increase, our license increase, and our fee increase that we've been concerned about, but we haven't been hearing anything about. This passed yesterday, thank goodness, the Republicans. It was a party line vote, but it did pass out of the executive committee. Essentially, it calls for a 25-cent increase in gasoline, popping the rate up to 44 cents. And then essentially, truck registration fees, trailers, everything is increased $100 for a plate fee. The interesting thing here is that under electric vehicles, there's currently a fee of $17.50. Now that new license fee will be $1,000. But obviously, the big sell here, the big problem is the gas tax. Friends, I've said it from day one. I'm going to continue to say it. Illinois has a spending problem. We need absolutely no new tax increases. We need no new taxes right now. It's very simple math, and I believe the people who have been touting the progressive tax, I believe that's what they're seeing right now. That's what they're understanding. If we would cut spending by 10%, we can live within that. This gas tax, this HB 391, this is being touted as an infrastructure bill. We need work on roads. We need work on bridges. Our communities, we need things. However, these things still tend to get done, in a regular budget. They just don't get done at the magnitude that this purportedly $2.4 billion is going to do. But I want you to consider something else. Why should we trust government? Think about the last time. Go talk to your mayors, your city council people, your school board members, everyone who was promised funding several years ago. I think 2011, when the last capital bill came out, many people didn't receive all that they were promised, and now many communities have been left hanging with money that they had to raise on their own. So there's a concern there that I have. Let's get our financial house in order and then let's begin to build. We all know if we have a rough time at home, if a car breaks down, if we have a medical expense, if something unintended happens, we have to deal with it. And usually that entails doing without something. And I know things are terrible here in Illinois, but if we back up and cut our spending by 10%, and then that's where the real work's going to start at, because then we need to reprioritize our spending. We have things in our budget that we don't need to be spending money on. We need to be spending money on roads and schools and our nursing homes and our veterans affairs and children with disabilities those issues are being ignored. They have been being ignored for some time. So now we find ourselves where we are at, and we think we just need to throw more money at it. That is not the answer, and that is going to create a tougher tomorrow for us in Illinois and our children. So you're going to be seeing more information coming out on this. It's going to be interesting to see what transpires from this. It just kind of snuck out of committee yesterday morning, and really it's just now starting to hit the news. But I kind of wanted to give you a heads up on why we're not hearing anything about it, which I still don't really understand, and the details of it. So as usual, please feel free to comment on our Facebook page. Send me your ideas. Call our office. We're here to help you in whatever way we can. And as usual, I am so blessed. I love representing the 109th District. I really love getting our message to the people in Springfield and to the representatives in Chicago. They're listening, and the proof that they're listening is how some of this stuff's changing. So thank you for tuning in. Let's give this some time to soak and see what's going to become of it. And as this weekend progresses, I want to wish everyone out there a happy Mother's Day. Make sure you call your mom up, tell them you love them, and if you're out there and you know of a single mom somewhere, send her a card, invite her over for dinner. Let's make this weekend a special weekend. So happy Mother's Day to everyone in the 109th District. God bless you. God bless the state of Illinois, and thank you so much for this opportunity to serve you.